Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and another episode in the Cover Girl series. And as you can see, I have a very special guest with me today. For those of you, she's so cute.
I'm super shy, guys.
This is our first video. For those of you who don't know who my guest is, this is Nabilah Kariem. So she is an amazing modest dressing influencer. She's got mad skills in styling herself and in illustrating, and she's an aspiring fashion designer, and I know that when she gets there she is going to kill it. But for now, inshallah, I mean. But for the purpose of today's video, in case you missed it, the two of us posted pictures of ourselves together and we asked you to ask us any questions that you may have on the topic of modesty and modest dressing. Okay, so before we get started on all of your questions, Nabilah and I just really wanted to do a little disclaimer that we both agreed on before we even did this video. And that is firstly that this is not going to be a class that's like hectic on Islamic teaching and
we don't want to
all
have
of
a
that.
madrasa class.
Yeah. We just really want to inspire people with fashion and their modest dressing journey wherever they may be.
Yeah.
Because there is quite a big difference between modest dressing and wearing hijab. And a lot of people got quite confused with that based on the comments. Islam tells us women that we should cover everything except our hands, our feet, and our face. So anything else that's exposed, so your ankles, your neck, your forearms, that doesn't pertain to what Islam tells us. However, it is a process for a lot of women like both of us. It's a process to get to that stage of covering up, and we both do aspire to be women who cover up completely and in full hijab. We're just unfortunately both not there yet.
After this post, Akila got a lot of backlash saying that she's not like a modest dresser when she is, and then I got comments saying that I'm the epitome of hijab, which I'm not. As you guys can see, my neck's open right now, my ankles are open, you can't see that. My hair showing. You guys need to understand that we came from a very different place to where we are now.
So in contrast to hijab and Islamic covering or dressing, modest dressing refers to covering your body in a way that relates to your intention of being a better person. So it's kind of like on the way to hijab. And then for other women, it just means dressing conservatively for their faith if their faith is something other than Islam. And really, this series aims to include all people. It's not just a strict Islamic thing. And we really just want to develop like a sisterhood, you know?
Yeah.
We want to include everyone and we want to support everyone, and we don't want anyone to come here and feel judged. That's really not what it's about.
And I know so many people are out there feeling alone at the stage they are at right now.
We learn so much from you guys, and we hope that you guys learn from us too. And we want to all just be there for each other. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But okay, let's move on to our questions. So a lot of you asked about Nabilah's modest dressing and hijab story, and I myself am super interested to hear about it because I think she always looks amazing. So tell us your story. Tell us everything. We want to know.
Okay, so my hijab story. So basically, say 2 years ago, I was going through a really rough patch, and someone inspired me to start wearing hijab. And I was kind of on and off in the beginning. Like, I know lots of women, the first time they wear hijab, it's really on and off. So I wore it for about like a month, I'd say, and then I stopped. But obviously it was still in my heart because I wore it for like a month. I know it's not a long period of time, but it like affected me so much. So yeah, I wore my hijab during Ramadan, and I was like, oh, I like the way I look in hijab. It's like, looks liquor, basically. And then on Eid, I was like, okay, maybe let's do like a cool, modest outfit. And it all like just spiraled from there somehow. I posted a picture of me on Eid, you know, your Eid ooted. And the reaction I got from it was like insane. So many people, all those like, you know, those hijabi accounts, they were all like reposting it, and I was just so overwhelmed by the response, and I kind of just like stuck to wearing my hijab, even though it was still on and off. Like on social media, I kept that constant because I didn't want people to be confused about like what I was, you know.
But I think that it's really cool that you got that support, and I think that's also what we're aiming for here, is to give that support base so people know that like you can keep going.
Yeah.
Because now you can see that's like exactly what kept you going.
Yeah, it really was what kept me going. It was my followers, everyone that was like supporting me so much, sending me all these positive messages saying I look so beautiful in hijab. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support. You guys were really the reason for me staying in hijab, even though, like I said, it was on and off. Soon after that, I decided to stop dating, and that's when I met my husband. It's so weird. It's like I found a unicorn that like was on the same wavelength as me. So yeah, and then we got married 6 months later. But having someone on the same wavelength as me was very helpful. And it's cool because we grow together. So that's when my hijab like really stuck, and I stopped worrying about like, oh, like I don't look nice. Like, you know how girls, like lots of girls will say like, oh, I look like a mom and things like that. So I kind of stopped worrying about what people said, and like right now I only care about what my husband thinks about me. Like I don't care about what other people think about me.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I always thought that you dressed really well.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that time when I saw you on Eid and you wore that amazing robe a couple of years ago.
That's the Eid I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she wore this amazing outfit, and I was just like, whoa. Okay, she gets it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if she was going to stick around and keep, covering up. And when she did, I was just like, you know, you have found your way, girl. Like, that's amazing.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so another question that we got quite a few times was how to dress modestly, or in hijab even, for plus-sized women.
Yeah. Not necessarily like plus size, but maybe like more curvaceous women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really hard for us to answer this because I'm not plus size, like I'm extremely thin. So we got a bit of help from one of our fashion friends, Yulisa. She's amazing, most amazing person I've ever met.
Inside and out.
Yeah, definitely. She's from Johannesburg, so we got her to send us a voice note explaining her journey in modest way, being a plus size woman.
So I think for me the first thing before we even get to clothes is, one thing I can absolutely advise is that you have to be completely 100% like very accepting of your body, A, and B, also you can't be in denial of your actual size. If you are a size 36, or if you are a size 38, or if you are a size 40, you need to properly get that in your head and accept it, because fashion only translates if you really feel good about yourself. I think the trick for me is I'm really heavy with accessories. I think people don't realize like how much that really counts. And also your headscarves are important because that's what actually brings out everything. Don't be afraid to make alterations to something that you've already bought. And also don't be afraid to go to the material store and actually just get material for yourself and get someone to sew your stuff. I am always at the fabric store, and I think that's when you really get fit proper, and you'll be very happy with whatever you do wear.
What I love most about Yolisa is that she's not afraid to shine.
Yeah, definitely.
So I love that she isn't trying to dress in such a way as to slim herself down, and you can see it. Like she will put on.
She actually makes herself stand out
a lot
from the
more,
crowd.
and that's one of the things that I love about how she embraces herself. Like she'll put on a bright yellow satin kimono, which I'm obsessed with, which it's not slimming at all, and she's fine with that.
You just kind of have to own it. You have to like accept your body, like she said.
Yeah.
So we got quite a bit of questions regarding modest dressing on a budget, and Akila will be answering that.
What Nabilah and I were both saying is that because modesty is a way of life, I'm not saying you should go and splurge on items, but you should definitely consider getting investment pieces in your wardrobe.
Classic pieces.
Yeah.
Accessorizing it is a very important part of getting it to that next level.
Yeah, I also would definitely say custom make things. A lot of my items in my wardrobe are custom made because I'm very tall as well. Custom making is a good budget friendly and wardrobe friendly way to go. So another question that we were asked fairly often was, what was our opinion on wearing nail polish when you're a Muslim girl? Because for those of you who don't know, when we pray, we perform ablution where you kind of wash certain parts of your body, and the idea is that the water should go through your nail bed. So we're not allowed to wear nail polish per se. Well, there are quite a few different views on it, but what is your view on it?
Well, my view, I don't wear nail polish when it's not that time of the month.
Same.
Yeah. Also, like, a lot of you don't know, when it's that time of the month, you can't pray. So I usually only wear it when it's that time of the month, and luckily for me, I get it like quite a long period of time.
Me too. Oh my God. So then people think, why should always wear nail polish? And I'm like, well, I have an issue. For me, I'll sometimes put it on if I'm shooting or if I'm filming, because especially if I'm going to do close-ups or like makeup tutorials, and then people are going to see my nails. But then I don't even do like base coat, top coat and all of that. I just paint it quickly.
Yeah, to look pretty.
Do it and then I take it off. So it's as simple as that really for us.
Basically.
Okay, so Nabilah got a really cool question, which I think is very now. It's very 2017.
Definitely.
So share that one with us.
So somebody read it to you guys. She says, so I really love the modest look and I love scarves, but what tips could you give someone who loves that look but also doesn't want to look like they're appropriating Muslim culture or kind of capitalizing on that? P.S. You're stunning. Blah, blah, blah.
So I personally think it's a good thing. In Islam, we are taught that women should cover up.
Yeah.
So if we go and say to someone, don't cover up, then we're going against our own religion.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of if you don't believe what we believe and then you cover up and then you can't sit with us and we're going to be mean to you. We'd actually be really happy for you.
Yeah.
If that's where you are at.
It's kind of cool that like our religion inspires other people to like dress a certain way. I was taught that in other religions, they like Christianity and Jewish women and Xhosa women. Do you click Akila?
Xhosa women.
They are taught or encouraged to dress modestly within the religion.
Yeah, so it's not something that we kind of own.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to her, the only time that I really kind of got offended when somebody else wore hijab, was in the last year or so, Kelly Kumalo, and she kind of didn't get comment on it, which was even more annoying.
Yeah.
She wore a burqa or a scarf, and it was very much, it wasn't in the way of like, oh, I'm wearing a duk, or it could be interpreted, it was worn in a very Islamic way, and then she wore it on stage at one of the award shows in like a bikini or lingerie.
See this.
Yeah, it was crazy, and then nobody made a big fuss of it.
Yeah.
But you know, with everything else, everyone's like, oh, cultural appropriation.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was rapping or singing, I don't even know what she does, with this guy, and she was like all over him, and for me that was like a bit rude.
Yeah. So basically you kind of have to like respect the way you dress. When you dress modestly, you have to like act modest as well.
Yeah.
People would maybe think that you're Muslim, so if you act in a certain way, you're kind of like shedding a bad light on Islam. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Someone asked me, when does the feeling of I look like a mom end? It never ends, but I feel like wearing the scarf actually adds to, you know, feeling like a mom kind of thing. So it doesn't ever end. It's just you have to like wear it with confidence and just own it.
So I think that's really what we're trying to do here, is also just to remove that connotation and help everyone to just embrace their modesty, so that maybe together we don't feel that way one day. Okay guys, so unfortunately that is all we have time for today. Nabilah and I have been talking for hours, basically like on and off camera, so clearly we could go on for forever. But thank you so much for being here today with us. This is actually her first ever YouTube video and my first collab other than with Malik.
Yeah, it was super scary, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you did so well though. Like I genuinely, I was worried about you when you said you were scared.
I was worried about myself also.
No, you did so well. You should be proud of yourself. But is there anything else you want to say to people? Like you had a crazy response to people hearing that you were going to be on a video. So is there anything you want to say to your followers or to my followers?
Yeah, so I think basically people have been waiting for me to say something so long. Like all they've been seeing is like pretty pictures of me in like cool outfits. So there were lots of Islamic related questions, lots of requests for hijab tutorials, but I'm definitely wanting to start a YouTube channel soon, inshallah. So you guys will be getting all of that soon.
She's got a bright future ahead of her. We're very confident in that. So I promise you can expect very big things from her. But good things take time, so we all look forward to that. So as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave some love in the comment section below. I always love to hear from you guys. And if you have any other suggestions for CoverGirl or beauty, anything, leave it down below and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Bye.